Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned into Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading all knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou.
Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Live with Liteskin Lou. I'm your host, Liteskin Lou, and this young lady to my left is my co-host, the lovely Kiki. Today, we got very special guests in the building. But before we get started, I want to give special thanks to Joe Alley Cat Diggs for stopping by and showing love. And also thanking you guys for your continued support. So hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And now, let me introduce this young guy. This young guy is representing DMV boxing to the fullest. Current ABF Super Bantamweight champion and Morgan State graduate, straight out of Capitol Heights, Maryland. He is none other than Jaqeem 2Sharp Hutcherson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good. How you doing?
Yeah. That's right. Man, young fella.
Yes, sir.
Finally sealed the deal. We've been seeing each other, passing by each other, and getting you on the channel. Guess what? Tonight is tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First of all, I want to congratulate you on your May 6th victory over Jenn Gonzalez, man. Great victory, unanimous decision. Like I said, again, congratulations. But we're gonna start out by asking you, how did you get into boxing?
Very good question. So, growing up, I was always like a three-sport athlete. So I was always on football. Then I ran track. Then I played baseball. But I went to Oxford High School. I graduated. That's where I graduated from. And my boy Mike, he was in the gym, and he always was in a boxing gym training. He kept telling me to come, but I just never had time because I was always on my other sports. So when I graduated high school, I wasn't doing any other sports at the time. I was like, all right, I'm gonna come to your gym. So I went to his gym, and I was training, and I liked it. And then I was like, okay, it's pretty cool. And I got good at it, so I just stuck with it. So that's how I got into boxing. It was all because of my boy Mike.
Shout out to your boy Mike for getting you in there, man. Oh man.
So you like the boxing better than the football? That's what made you make your transition?
That's a very good question. So I tell everybody that I'm a pro boxer, but football is my favorite sport. So football is still my favorite sport. I was just, my size, I wasn't like the biggest in football. So with boxing, you have weight classes and everything. So that's how I got into boxing. And I'm pretty good at it. So we stick with
it. Yeah, man. Look, growing up in the hood, man, we played all sports.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Whoever you can get that shine at, you can get your family to come see you play. You like, look, football, basketball, track. You ran track too, so that's a good thing, man. Because I think track is the sport that stays in the middle that helps you in every sport. Yes. I mean, you run track, man. Soccer, baseball. It's all it helps you in what's name. But I want to shed a little light on your amateur career, man. Let's talk a little bit about your amateur career.
Okay. Yep. So, okay. Go. I'm sorry.
No. So what during your amateur career? What stood out the most to you? Your amateur career.
What stood out? Oh, so it was either 2016 or 2017, something like that. That's when I got ranked number 16 in the U.S. It was a national tournament down in Tennessee. And so we went down there. We made it to the quarterfinals. We made it to the quarterfinals. And if I would have won that fight right there, I think his name was Victor Bedina. If I would have won that fight, I would have went on to fight in the semifinals against Raymond Ford. And I believe he's from New Jersey, and I know he's fighting the zone right now. He's a pretty good fighter right now. So yes, I made it to the quarterfinals of the national tournament. And then in the Golden Gloves, yeah, I always made it to the semifinals tournament. I could never like win the whole thing. So that was I always made it to the semifinals or quarterfinals in the national tournament. So, but I always had like a pro style, and everyone always told me that I had a pro style fighting in the amateurs. So they always thought that I would be more successful in the pros and the amateurs anyway. So, I mean, but now you're seeing it now when I'm a pro and the way that I'm fighting,
Yeah.
it's coming out pretty good now.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So my question, man. Okay. Graduate of Morgan State,
Mm-hmm.
being an athlete and a scholar, man.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like? Tell the people out there. That's hey Jaqeem, that's hard work, champ.
It's hard.
Hard work, man. Tell the people out there, man. Walk through the people through that whole experience, man.
Yeah, so it definitely wasn't easy. Being from Capitol Heights and going up to Baltimore for Morgan State. So freshman year, I stayed on campus, which was 2014 and 2015. So I stayed on campus. I wasn't able to do like too much boxing. Only like sometimes if I came home on a weekend. But then I tell everybody that Baltimore. I feel like Baltimore is its own state. It's not a part of Maryland. It's just
I told you.
Kiki did
it's
say that. You
I
know
told
what?
him that it's not DMV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did. She did.
It's
Kudos,
totally
Kiki.
different up there, man. It's like way different. So it was like I would say a culture shock, but it was just like super different, right? So I said, yeah, I don't want to stay on campus anymore, and so that's why I started driving back and forth and coming back home. And my mama she used to come and pick me up, and so I came back like driving back and forth. So when I went to class, I came back during the day in the nighttime, and I went to the gym and trained. So that's when I was training, and that's when I started fighting in the amateurs more while I was still in school. It was just a career day about last week, and I went and I told the students they always wanted, they had dreams, aspirations of going like to the NFL or NBA. I said we have to remember that you're a student athlete first, and the student part comes first. So you have to make sure that your books is right before you go on the field or the basketball court, whatever it is that you do.
Wow.
So I had to make sure that the same thing for me. Like when I was in school, I had to make sure that I was a student, and then when it was time for me to go and do my sports, I was locked in the gym, and I was easy because I didn't have to go back and forth for school anymore. I had to focus up there, so that's when I just turned it up, and that's when we ran and turned pro.
Man, that's right, man. I love it.
Yes, sir.
So I know you have a job in cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm.
So were you doing that as well while attending college in boxing, or did you get into that after?
I got into it after.
Okay.
But growing up, my dad, he was a software engineer. So I was
Okay.
always like around computers or like messing with computers. And then he was always teaching me stuff. So I tell everybody that they do cybersecurity every day. They just don't know that they do it. So like
Okay.
Okay, that makes
when you unlock your phone, whether you use a fingerprint or they get your facial recognition, like biometrics or something like that, two-factor authentication and stuff. So you do cybersecurity every day. You just don't know it. It's a lot of different nuances that comes along with
Okay.
it, especially like when you work it and get into it.
Mhm.
So that was the same thing with me. Like I always did it, but then once I like started learning more of it, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool, and it pays good money too. So
Yeah.
that's why I stick with it as well too. So
Okay.
yeah, so I got into it after. Yeah, there you go, the money right there. Money talks, you know. So
Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say that's a lot. The working, this college and boxing all at the same time. Woo.
yeah,
man.
it's not easy. So I mean, of course, I had my jobs like when I was working throughout college because you wanted like some money when you was in school.
Mhm.
So yeah, so when I was working like Nike or something like that, I'm a Nike type of guy. So that's
Okay.
when I
Yeah.
started wearing it more and everything. Yes, I had like my
Okay.
small jobs, but then I got into my career when I graduated for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
that's right. That's it. Not only can he kick ass, he's smart at doing it. So y'all better get on here and hit that like button, man. We in here chopping it up with 2Sharp Hutcherson in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
can't
sir.
tell you how excited I am, man, when I seen you at the Patasco Arena,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah, we ran
You
into
was,
each other.
yeah, you were at there. I think you were supporting your guy, Frankie.
Yep, my boy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Frankie, he
yeah.
was fighting up there. He had him a great victory that night. He had a good
Mhm.
turnout, and
you
then
did.
we randomly ran into each other. Like, man, it was good. So that's when we started talking.
And we said we're gonna make this happen. And guess what? Like I said before, tonight is the
Yeah.
night, man. I was, me and Kiki, man. I'm gonna tell you, we do our research, man. So we gonna know more about you than you know about yourself, champ.
Okay.
So I came over some video interview. It talked about your early injuries. You had an early injury, you know, I guess early on. What was that like having to come back from that early injury?
In my boxing career, which injury you talking
In your
about?
boxing, I think it was your foot in the boxing career.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's some good research right there. So it was about 5 years ago. Yeah, it was about 5 years ago around this time. So 2018 is when I graduated college, and so me and my boy, his mom, his name is Duran. So his mother said that because we went to the same, we go all the way back to the same middle school, and then we went to high school together. So I knew him for probably about 15 years now. And so when we graduated high school, his mom said, if we go into college and we graduate in 4 years, we can do whatever it is that you want and she'll pay for it. So we say, okay, cool. So we graduated college in 4 years. And so me and him took a cruise. And so the first stop was in Bermuda. And it was actually on my birthday. So my birthday is on Friday, June 2nd. That's my birthday. So me and him, we took a cruise. And so that was like a college graduation / birthday trip for me. So me and my boy, and it was different because Bermuda, you drive on the left-hand side. So right now I like bikes, right? So I got my motorcycle endorsement on my license and everything. So, but this is like a little small little 50cc bike over there. And so we driving, we riding a bike, me and my boy, we having fun in Bermuda. And so I'm like, yo, we gotta hurry and get back to the boat because it's about to leave. And so my boy, man, he's driving slow. So I go around him, I speed up and I go around him. And there was a curve in front of me. And there was never a curve in like the whole Bermuda, like when we was driving the whole time, right?
Wow.
So at this point, I said, either I'm gonna flip the curve or I'm gonna try to slow down and maneuver and go around. So of course I tried to like slow down, but I hit the brakes a little bit too hard, and so the back wheel locked up on me,
Oh,
and so
man.
it flipped. So yeah, that's what I went tumbling, and good thing I had a helmet on because I hit my head on the ground and stuff, but I had like some lacerations, some bruises, and I broke my ankle. So
Oh wow.
uh, I had surgery on my right ankle. So at this time, I got about a plate on my right side of it's my right ankle. So I got a plate and about 4 or 5 screws, and I got a small
Oh,
rod on the
Damn.
inside of my ankle. So my surgeon, he's a good orthopedic surgeon. He actually works with the Washington Capitals too. So he was pretty good. And he said he's gonna leave it in. He said if I have any problems, then he'll take it out. But thank God I didn't have any problems. And I came back pretty quick, like through rehab and everything. Shout out to my trainer Martin Gibson. He helped me with the recovery and everything.
yeah.
And yeah, so we got back. But nah, that was definitely a crazy time for me. Definitely a scary injury. And it happened on my birthday,
That's
2018. So
crazy.
yeah, that was my 22nd birthday that it happened on. So yeah, that was 5 years ago. So yeah, on Friday I'll be 27. So yeah, I'll be
Oh
five
my
years ago. It's crazy. So
goodness.
yeah.
Juan
Crazy,
said, "What
crazy time.
happened to the boat? I guess did y'all make it?"
So yeah, crazy time, right? Crazy time. So my watch actually was wrong. And so we did
So you
so we
did all that.
actually had enough time to get back to the boat, right? We actually had enough time to get back to the boat, but I didn't
Oh,
know. And so they had to bring a taxi. Like the bike was done. But thankfully we paid for insurance, so they didn't charge me anything for it. But yeah, so a taxi came to pick me up. And it's you're on an island, so expensive. It was like
Yeah.
$70 to get to one side of the island to the other. But I skipped the line, and it's like I tell everybody, a cruise ship is like a big old hotel on water because they
Yeah.
got everything on it. So they
Yeah.
had a medical wing. They were trying to disembark me and everything because they was like, I don't want you to like catch no blood clots or anything because of the water. But so they
yeah.
gave me like pills and everything. They gave me like a shot, and I didn't want my boy trip to be ruined. So I stayed on it. I told him to go have his fun, go do his thing. Like when we get to the other stops, and then I would just find my way around the boat in like this wheelchair or these
All right,
crutches
so
that I
you
got.
messed it up on the first port.
I was on
The
the first port, man. I was on the
oh
first, and it was a
man.
9-day cruise, and
Oh my
we were on
goodness.
like day 2, so I
Were
stayed
you
like a whole other
miserable?
week.
Were you
Huh?
miserable? Were you
Uh,
miserable?
uh, I mean,
He
I
sounded
wouldn't
like
say
it was.
miserable. Like, I mean, I was still able to enjoy myself. So it was good food and everything, and it
Okay.
was good weather and everything.
Okay.
But I was just watching him have fun. Like I couldn't do anything, so I was like, damn. So that was the crazy part about it. But other than that, it was okay.
Okay.
But Yeah, crazy time for me. Crazy time for me.
Now you really tapped into that, Lou. You
Yeah,
went
you
you went
did.
back.
No,
I went
you
down
went
there.
way
Hey,
back
look.
with that one. That was
Yeah,
you dug deep in that one. Yeah.
yeah, we do our research around here.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh man, Kiki, you got one for?
Huh?
No, I was saying you got one
Oh
for him.
yeah, Juan has another question. He wanted to know, um, what's the goal you're trying to achieve in the sport?
The good question, Juan. Yeah. So, I mean, the goal is always to become a champion. Right now I'm 10 fights in. I have 8 victories, a loss and a draw. Um, and the loss and the draw was to Ernest Hall. That last draw that we had, I thought that I won that fight. I thought I pulled it out, but the judges had it a draw. So the goal is always to become a champion. So I fight at the. I'm the ABF champ right now at
Mm-hmm.
122 pounds. So now we want some bigger belts now. So the top 4 sanctioning bodies, which is the WBO, WBC, IBF, and the WBA. So we're working to get up to that level. But I always told myself boxing is not forever. Father time, catch up with everybody. I won't be boxing for the rest of my life, of course. So that's why I have fallback plans. That's why I'm a college graduate. I work in cybersecurity, so I have my career as well too. Um, and I like Floyd Mayweather when he said, "I retired from boxing. I didn't let boxing retire me."
Yeah.
You see a lot of people
Hey.
talking. Um, they slurring their words. They taking too much punishment and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't want myself to get to that point. Still have all my mental faculties. Um, like I have a lot of good things going for myself. So the goal is always to become a champion or get top rated, get some big fights and everything. Of course, I had opportunities already. PBC reached out to me for some fights. ESPN reached
Okay.
out to me for some fights.
Wow.
But it's just not the right opportunity, so I didn't take it. Um, like you said, I make pretty good money, so you can't just toss any type of money at me and I
Mhm,
just
Okay.
sign a
Okay.
contract
I
and I'm
like
running
that.
there with it. So
mhm.
it has to be the right opportunity. So that's I'm just staying patient. Just pray, just stay patient, stay in the gym training, and um, and then when the right opportunity come, we'll seize the moment and we'll kick in through the back door. So, but that's the goal is become champion, and then once we do that, unify, and we cannot then just move up, and I guess the 126. So, but the goal is definitely to become champion for me. I think that's everybody's goal when they first get into the sport. But yeah,
Are you at 122 now?
yep, 122.
Okay. Do you have anybody in mind that you're looking to fight in the 122-pound division?
But it's this big fight in July. I know Stephen Ford, but by the time I get up there to the top, he'll probably move up to 126. I think this is his last fight at 122. So I know Stephen Ford is there. He's fighting the monster from Japan,
Hmm.
Anu. So I know
Hmm.
they fighting.
Yeah.
But you have some other top fighters at 122. So just everybody, whoever's at the top in the top 15, that's what we're working towards. We about to step it up to some 8-round fights and get some 10-round fights. And once we get up there, who's ever at the top and who's ever the champion. So I think Adrian Brown called it the can man. Anybody can get it. So
I like
hey,
that.
you know what I'm saying? We just we in the gym working, so anybody can get it.
I
And
like
he's
that.
Who's
fighting on
definitely
the
at the
ninth,
top
I
right
think
now.
June 9th, right? Yeah, I think he fights on the ninth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
he's
got a fight
fighting
coming
on
up
the
pretty
ninth.
soon.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right, man. That's what I like to hear.
Yes, sir.
Juan
Yes, sir.
said, how much time are you giving yourself to reach that goal?
So on Friday I'll be 27. I turned pro 2 years ago. So yeah, I turned pro 2 years ago. So about the time I turned 30, I would do a reevaluation.
Okay.
Because realistically, you get about 4 fights in a year. It's not like we fighting 10, 12 times a year. So,
Mhm.
so yeah, so about the time I turned 30, so I would give myself about 3 more years. And then I would do a reevaluation and I would see where I'm at in my career. But if we still winning, if we still knocking on the door close, to a high ranking, and then once we get into the sanctioned bodies ranking and stuff like that, there's some big fights. Might get calls for that. So that's when we'll do a reevaluation. So once we get about 30 and do a reevaluation, and we just see how my body feel. If my body is still good, I'm still training good. It's not too much punishment, not too many injuries that I have. And then we'll still be able to go and continue to fight. But if it's just way too much of my body, then that obviously is not for me. But right now we're still doing good. We're climbing the rankings on BoxRec and everything, so we getting noticed. So we still getting calls from people as well too. So I'm in a good spot right now.
Yeah, and you got to fight July 15th.
I got to
And
fight
Murder
July
Live.
15th. Yeah,
That's
back at
right.
Murder Live Casino. Tap in. You
Yeah.
know,
And
it's gonna be
guess
a big
what?
summertime fight.
We gonna be right there. And guess
Yeah.
what? I'm already know you, so I'm just gonna approach you. I ain't know you before. I ain't know if you probably hit me with a body shot if I approach you. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know if you didn't like light-skinned dudes or not. So I said, I'm gonna stay in my lane and wait till I see him. But then when I met you, I was like, man, this dude is approachable, man.
Yeah, I'm very approachable. I tell everybody that, like, I'm always gonna have a smile on my face. I'm always gonna laugh because I mean I'm just blessed, you know. I tell everybody I'm just blessed. You know, I'm in a good spot right now, so I don't walk around mean, mugging, mad or anything. Everybody think that's how boxers are, but I'm one of the different ones. Like, there's no need for me to have a mean mug on my face. Like, I can flip the switch on and off, like when I step in the ring, when I'm not in the ring. So, like I said, I'm just blessed. Just come on. You can see, if you see, I tell everybody, they like to come up and see me after the fight. So July 15th, you can come up to me if you want pictures, if you want to talk. Yeah, we'll do all that stuff. Like, it's going to be a good time on July 15th. It was a big summertime fight, so I'm real excited for it.
Because this will actually be our 4th time seeing you fight.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, really?
Yep,
Yeah,
it
man.
was our
Hey,
4th
look,
time.
he been
We
in the
seen you,
building.
I think two or three times at the casino.
Okay.
And then we saw you at
In May.
Beltway Battles. Yeah.
Yeah, Beltway Battles. Yeah, we was in the building. Man, we ain't just no new guys just show up. Man, we put our work in, man. Me and Kiki.
You just never said anything.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you working for behind the scenes.
Yeah, I can vouch for this young man when he say he's approachable. Because like I said, I saw him. I seen him right there by the bathroom. We dapped it up. He was like, oh, I introduced myself. He was like, man, yeah. And I said, look here, champ, I'm trying to get you on the show. He said, done. And we exchanged information. He said, Kiki, he said, done deal with no problem. And that's what I like, man. But I want to stay in the moment because whenever a fighter comes from the amateur to the pros, I'm always curious of where their mindset is at. So for me, what was the biggest adjustment that you had to make turning pro?
Sacrifices. So you know that you have to lock in. Of course, it's smaller gloves. Of course, it's no headgear. It's bigger crowds, bigger venues, and stuff like that. So, but I was in front of people since I was young. Like whether I was speaking in the church or I had to grow up and do speeches at school or stuff like that. So it never like really fazed me. Like the crowd never really fazed me. Like if you see me come out, I'm always got a smile on my face and everything. Because it's like I enjoy that moment. So, but you really have to make sacrifices. Like if you see people going out, I just released a video on my Instagram recently. I was like, it was Cinco de Mayo when I did it, and I said, I know people out partying or drinking or eating good food, but you have to make sacrifices. Like you can't eat the food that they eat because you got to make weight, or you can't drink because it'll mess up your body and everything. So you have to make sacrifices and everything. So I think that's the main thing. Like. So right now, I guess I wouldn't call myself a loner, but I like being by myself, so it's much more easier for me. Being by myself is easier for me to make sacrifices. I would just cut on some sports or watch a show. I go to the gym and train, and then I'm just back in the house. So we just make sacrifices so you can make sure that you're prepared for the fight because you're training hard and everything, and you don't want to let your people down, let your corner down that's helping you prepare for the fight. And then after that, you'll be good and you'll just be ready to go. So sacrifice is the big thing. I would say big adjustment from the amateurs to the pros.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, man. One of the big things would be for me, like you said, not being able to eat what I want to eat. Because I like to eat them honey buns and cupcakes in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, sometimes you gotta you gonna have some moments. It reminds me of when I was watching the All Access between Tank and Ryan Garcia. And you saw Tank went to 7-Eleven.
The gas station.
Like, yeah. He spent like $80 worth of snacks. So I'm like, good Lord. So listen, I definitely have a sweet tooth. Sometimes I definitely be snacking sometimes, but my weakness is ice cream. Like, I don't know what it is, man. Ice cream is so good. So I definitely got a weakness for ice cream. I crush some ice cream, you know. I'm like, I got to run this extra mile. I got to get this weight off, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just smart when I do it, and I say everything good in moderation. So I don't overload and overdo it. So I make weight pretty easy. So we can play with some ice cream a little bit, you know.
Oh man, I love it, man. I love it.
Can you describe to us your fighting style? What's your fighting style?
So I always call myself a boxer puncher, because I like to. They call it like swim without getting wet. So I don't like to get hit too much. So I like to box first, use my boxing skills, and in the later rounds break the fighter down and just make the fight easy. So that's kind of what I did on in my last fight, May
Yeah, you
6th.
broke him down with the body shots.
I broke him
Yeah.
down with the body shot. So as we get into the further rounds, the 8 round fights, the 10 round fights, the 12 round fights, I feel like that's when we'll start getting some KOs. He was a tough competitor. Right now, I think his record is like 9-19-1. So he's not a good record, but he has a lot of experience. So when the
Yeah.
inside, he was doing a lot of dirty tricks, like putting his elbow in my neck and everything. He was holding a lot. That's because he was tired. The body shots broke him down. It got him
Mm-hmm.
real tired. I was able to box circles around him until I started walking him down. So it was a lot of like dirty antics, but that was a good fight for me because it allowed me to get that experience right now. So I box you first, and then like I start landing hard body shots, and then or head shots, and I break it down. So I like to call myself a boxer puncher. I counter punch. Everybody know I counter punch, and then I'm a jab a lot. So kind of like a boxer puncher, but my style can change. It all depends on my opponent. It depends on the height of the opponent. Like if he's stronger and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, I don't want to get hit, so I might box you. Or he don't have too much power, I can walk him down. So my style is versatile. It's always going to change. But number one, I'll probably be a boxer puncher.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And speaking of your last fight, is there anything that you learned from that fight that you like to take on to the next fight to do better?
Good question. More combos. I think more combinations probably would have put him out. Because I know I had him hurt on the inside one time. I hit him with a body shot, and he said, "Who?" I heard him do that. I heard him do it on the inside. So I said, "Yeah, I got him."
I
But
remember
then
that shot.
right after that, that's when he started holding me more, and then and he was trying to play with the crowd, like sticking his tongue out, walking around the ring and everything. I'm like, bro, you're not winning. Like, what are you doing? So he was doing he was doing a lot. So, but no, that's when I'll probably put more combos together. That probably would have got him out more, and then sit down on my punches like a little bit more on the inside. I think I probably could have got the stoppage, but we got the W. That's always my rule number one. Just come out with the W, and if the knockout come and it's present itself, then I'll take it for sure. But that's
Yeah.
probably the number one thing that came out of the fight.
Hey, Kiki, you heard him. He was like, ooh. Like, I remember that fight because, like I said, man, Kiki,
Yeah.
she be recording the fights, and I be,
Okay.
getting out the ring and
Yeah.
getting ready to interview you guys when y'all get out the ring.
Uh-huh.
And one thing that stood out to me was that dude was wild, man.
He's
But
wild, man.
I
He's
like
wild.
the way
Yes, he
you
was.
stayed composed because you
Yeah.
could have got wild with him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
head
So
butts, it's so much stuff that can happen. You
man,
stayed the course
yeah.
and you stayed focused, man. So when you get a fighter like that, is your mentality always, man, stay away and stick to the game plan? Is that what you really be thinking?
Yeah, I always want to stick to the game plan because you never want a fighter to get you rowdy up and to get in my head. This goes all the way back to the weigh-in. When we was at the weigh-in, he was doing a whole bunch of crazy things in front of my face. And I posted a picture on my Instagram. You just see me looking at him, just smiling in his face and shaking my head. Like, this dude don't know what he getting into. He's trying to get in my head and trying to get me rowdy up. And I was like, this is not going to work. So once I saw all of that stuff happening, I just started laughing. I'm like, he don't know what he's doing. That's a lot of nervous energy that he's trying to get out. So I'm not even worried about it. That's nervous energy that he's trying to get out. And then once the fight happened, he trying to mean mug me, like when we in the middle of the ring, like he Mike Tyson or something like that. I'm like, you strike. I'm like, yo, you strike no fear in me. Like, you strike no fear in me. I said, just wait till this bell ring and it's on. You know what I'm saying?
Get in his ass.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. So that's what we did. And all that stuff that he was doing was gone out the window. He's running now, and he's on his back foot because he can't take the punishment. So it was done after that point. But yeah, he was trying to get in my head. I wasn't worried about it. I stuck to my game plan. I stuck to the jab. I went to his body. I slowed him down, and I just beat him. I just beat him bad.
Yeah, because he was a wild fighter.
Yeah,
Wild
he was,
fighter.
man. When the fight was over, I don't know if you remember, Jaqeem. When the fight was over, he was leaning on the ropes like, damn, man, I'm so glad this fucking fight over with.
Really, he did that? I didn't
Yes.
see that.
Go back and look. I'm telling you, I be
Okay.
watching, man. He was like this.
I'm gonna go back and watch that. Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. I definitely had him hurt plenty of times. He tried to run. He was trying to hold. He had a lot of good experience, so he knew how to survive. He a
Yeah,
tough competitor. He knew how to survive. But that was good. That was good. That was a good experience for me to so I can take that and grow as a fighter.
Mhm. It's some more questions in the chat. I think you answered this already
Okay.
earlier on, but they wanted to know, are you looking to move up in weight and when, or do you feel comfortable at 122 for the foreseeable future? You said you're probably gonna move up to 126, right?
Yeah, so right now the goal is to win a belt at 122. So I feel comfortable at 122. I make the weight pretty easy. I train hard, so we never had problems like making weight. So so I would stay at 122. I'll win a belt at 122 first, and then the goal is to unify or become undisputed. But if that can't happen, then we'll move up to 126 for sure. But yeah, the goal right now, I am comfortable at 122, so I'll be at 122. Until we continue to move up higher in the ranks, and then later on we'll be able to move up to 126. But right now I'm just focused on 122 and the people that's in front of me at 122.
Okay, I like that.
And it's another question from Jamar Hill. He wanted to know who your favorite fighter is and why.
Good question, man. It's
Good
a lot
question.
of great fighters out there. So man, so growing up I always watched Floyd. I still watch him to this day. Normally one of my traditions that I do is like on fight day, I listen to TD Jakes and then I watch a Floyd fight. And I normally watch Floyd when he fought Arturo Gatti, because he beat that boy bad.
Yeah, he did.
He dismantled him. And I think he beat him like 6 rounds. And then he quit on the stool. So that's my tradition. So I'll say Floyd is probably my favorite fighter. Just what he did and how he changed the game of boxing. Now a lot of people try to protect their can't get a loss, and they make crazy amounts of money, which is a good thing for the fighter. So I would say Floyd probably my favorite fighter, but it's I have a lot of favorite fighters now. Like of course Tank is there. I try to emulate some of his style, but he's a southpaw. But I just switches to me. I like Shakur. Devin Haney, he's cool. Canelo is still one of my favorite fighters. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, they fight coming up.
Yes.
It's a lot of my favorite fighters that's out here right now. But Floyd all time for sure is my favorite fighter. But right now, probably between either Errol Spence, Shakur, or Tank right now, probably. Or Canelo. I'll throw Canelo there.
I
But
ain't
all
mad at
time
that.
Floyd. Yeah.
Do you think Devin Haney won that fight since you mentioned his name?
Oh man, so I'm gonna give you my analysis of it.
I just gonna get him.
I give you my analysis of it. So going into the fight, I picked Loma. I'm sorry, I picked Devin to win the fight. I picked Devin if I say his jab and his size. But then I saw I saw Devin Haney push Loma at the weigh-in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I saw Loma face. I said, Loma gonna win this fight. I said it right then. I said, Loma's gonna win this fight. I said he's not afraid. I said he can't phase him. And it reminded me of my weigh-in when the guy was in my face doing all that crazy stuff. And I was just cool, calm, and collected. I said that reminds me of Devin Haney and Loma when Devin just pushed him and Loma was just calm. I said, this man has a whole war going on in his country. I said, he's not worried about this right here. He's been on the front line in his country in the war. So I said, oh, he's real serious about this. So when I saw that, I said, Loma's going to win. And so going in the fight, I'll either have it 7. I watched, and then I went back and I watched the fight again and cut the commentary off because I don't want to hear the commentary. I don't want them to sway me either way.
That's what a lot of people did.
Yep, because I don't want the commentary to sway me either way. So I wouldn't call it a robbery, but I can have it 7-5 either way or a draw. But I will say this: Devin Haney had a good game plan. He was boxing well. He went to the body and he was counter punching pretty good. But the rounds that Loma won, it was close.
It was close.
So it was a little swing round, so it could have went either way. It wasn't like a landslide. I think the only rounds that was clear was round 4, which is for Devin, rounds 10 and 11, which is for Loma, and Loma had Devin hurt, I think in round 10, and then round 12, because Loma said that he took off. Other than that, the rounds was close. But I will say this, going into round 5, I had Devin Haney up 4-1.
Okay, so
he was up
and I think one of the judges gave the 10th round to damn Devin when
that's crazy. That's crazy.
And everybody knows that 10th round. And that's what I'm gonna tell you, 2Sharp, that's when everybody antennas went up, because clearly if you don't even have, you could be a casual boxing fan. You know that Loma won that 10th round.
Yeah, he
Because
won the
Devin
10th
Haney,
round easy. He had that
yes,
boy hurt in the 10th round. Like that, the
two
10th round was
times.
the 10th round was probably his best round. And
Yeah,
so for the
yeah,
judge to give it to him, and then the 116 and 112 score, that was just egregious, man. That was just crazy. That was just crazy. Like if you would have had it 115, 113, okay, that means you won at 7-5. So one more round would have just been a draw. So okay. But the
yeah.
116, 112, that's a terrible score, man.
That's
That's
an
a terrible score.
atrocious,
So
man. That was
it's
bad for
atrocious.
boxing. And I'm mad because if you think about it, we've been getting the good fights. You know, for a long period of time, we wasn't getting the fights. We were getting A-class fighters versus C-class fighters.
It's very true.
And now we're getting the A versus A, but it's being talked about and tainted by judges' scorecards. And that ain't cool, man.
That's
That's
messing
not
up
cool.
boxing. It makes people not want to watch boxing or not get into it because of the messed up scoring. And then like that's why I don't like about boxing, because I feel like they have their favorites and who they already want to win, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, I guess Devin Haney is younger. They feel like he could become a superstar. So it's like maybe it's like, okay, let's push the propaganda and let's let him win or something like that. I don't know what it is, but that was a crazy score. But I mean, but you have to look back, like you said, we had a lot of good fights. We had Cater Plant and what's his name, David Benavidez.
Benavidez,
Yep. They fought in March. Then you came back with Tank and Garcia, Loma, and Devin Haney. We got Earl Spence and Crawford that's fighting. So it's a lot of good fights that's happening coming up, and I feel like 2023 is a lot of big fights. So that's pretty good for the sport of boxing, and it just brings more eyes and more viewership to the sport. So I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. We have another question in the chat. Boxing enthusiast wants to know, where do you see yourself 18 months from now?
Good question. 18 months, I can get about. Hopefully, I get about 2 or 3 more fights in. I think I'll be knocking at the door in about 18 months. That's my goal. To be knocking at the door at 18 months. We got 10 fights right now. We already get some calls, so we just got to make sure that it's the right call, and then just kick the back door and just seize the moment. So I think 18 months I'll definitely be knocking at the door to make some real noise and to make a statement at 122 pounds. So that's the goal for sure. That's why I'm staying in the gym. Of course, I got a fight coming up, so I'm in the gym. But I'm staying in the gym. Even when I don't, I might take a few days off, just let my body rest and recover, then be right back in the gym. So that's why it wasn't hard to prepare for this July fight, because I fought in May. I just took a small time off to let my body to rest and recover. And I got right back in the gym. So it's like we just picked right off last training camp for that fight. So, but in 18 months, I'll definitely be knocking at the door and ready for a big time fight.
Yeah, looking forward to
it. That's right. Special shout out to my man, Boxing Enthusiast. You stole my question, Bam. I had that right here, but you know what? Guess what? You can have it, man. That's my guy, man. He's all the way over in the UK, man. If you're a boxer, this guy, Boxing Enthusiast, he know all about you. Trust me.
Oh, wow.
He's probably right now Googling you right now.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man.
Bill wants to know. He said, "I know you don't like to be hit, but has anyone caught you with a shot that made you refocus?"
That's a good one.
Good question. My February fight. I fought. I was actually in February. I was supposed to fight Ernest Hall for the 3rd time, because it was our last fight was a draw, so I was supposed to fight him. But he pulled out of the fight, so I fought. They pulled out the week of the fight, so I just had to hurry up and get an opponent. So we got a late opponent. His name is Princess Canada, and it was the first round actually. I got caught with a shot, and I was like, oh, he got a little power with him. I said, so I knew because he was fresh. It was the first round, so I knew I'm just not going to sit here with him, and I can't get hit with that shot. So after that, I started boxing. I started moving around on him more. And I broke him down. Then I started walking him down eventually towards the end of the fight, which is how my fights normally go. And I should have just stuck to that from the beginning. But I was just using a little bit of defense, and I was slipping punches on the ropes. And one got through, and he hit me. He was like, "Bing!" I was like, "Oh, he got a little power." I said, "Yeah, I can't sit right here with him. I'm not gonna sit right here and trade with him." And he was a naturally bigger guy. I went up to 126 to fight him. So he was a natural bigger guy. So I knew I couldn't sit right there with him or anything. So I was like, okay, he got a little power, so I know I can move. And like you said, we got on 8-ounce gloves. So we got on real small gloves. We got no headgear. So I try not to get hit at all, but nah, he definitely got one through. And I said, yeah, I know I'm not going to sit here right here with him and take a shot with him, take a shot from him.
Mel also said, ignore the host wearing that star. Who's your football team?
Yo, so what's his name, Mel? I'm glad you brought it up because you brought it up for me. I almost exited this interview when I saw that Dallas Cowboys right there. I saw it come up and I said, what is he? I know he didn't invite me on with that Dallas Cowboys. So me, I'm a Washington Commanders fan. So go
Oh
Commanders,
man.
left hand up. We about to get new ownership. I be on Twitter all day looking at the videos because OTA is going on right now. So Coach Ron Rivera, we got EB Eric Bieniemy from KC as our offensive coordinator, assistant head coach. Man, I'm excited, man. We got some. Like I tell everybody, football is my favorite sport, so I keep up with football. Now that's me. I keep up with football. So I mean, the Eagles, they gonna be tough. They're in our division, and it's like the Eagles just had a great draft, and they just went to the Super Bowl, so they had a great draft because they lost some people. So they getting their people back. Dallas Cowboys, they pretty good. Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott. He threw too many interceptions, so I don't got the Cowboys doing too much, but I like the running back Tony Pollard for them. He pretty good, so they run the ball. But it's gonna be interesting because y'all got Mike McCarthy calling the plays now, but. Then
Yeah.
you got the Giants. The Giants doing pretty good. They got that new coach Brian Daboll up there, so they went to the playoffs, so they doing some good things. And then y'all got us at the bottom, so I think we're gonna be sneaky as long as we run the ball good. And then Eric Bieniemy, we got a lot of offensive weapons with our receivers, Terry McLaurin and John Dodson, Curtis Samuel. We get the ball into our weapons' hands. We play good defense. We got one of the best D lines in the league. You know, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, we just paid both of them. Now, Montez Sweat and Chase Young. Chase Young coming back from injury. I'm excited to see what we can do this year. So I like Washington Commanders. Boo! I don't like the Cowboys. I almost hit this red button that said leave. I almost hit that button. So once I saw that, I
And
can't
Mel
believe we
loves
put
to
this
hear that.
Cowboy stuff on.
Yeah,
Man,
Mel
Mel.
loves to hear that because he a Commanders fan.
Man, that's my coworker, man. They be giving me a hard time,
Oh yeah,
man. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do, man. Hey, look here, man. If y'all just getting in here, man, we chopping it up with one of DMV's finest, man.
2Sharp
Hutcherson in the building. He got a fight with July 15th, right?
yes sir. July
Yeah, July
15th.
15th, man. Y'all better go out here. Look at this face, man. This is the face of boxing. He told us on the show. He said he about to run shop. He said he said he the can man. Anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it. Call me the can man. Anybody can get it. You know, so I'm in the gym. We training hard. July 15th, we coming back. Big summertime fight. I'm excited for it. Make sure you guys come out, support. And it's at a good venue. Live Casino. I tell everybody it's a good venue. So I tell y'all show up.
Yeah. It's not a bad seat in the house.
Yep. Come out. Get some good food. There probably be some games on the sports room, and then come to the casino and then watch us fight. You know, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good venue, and I'm excited about it. So it's going July 15th. It's gonna be a good night of boxing.
Darsu Abdul said, "Who do you have, Earl or T-Dog? Earl or T-Dog for that fight?"
He talking about Terrence Crawford.
Yeah,
Man. So me, truly, I feel like I don't want to pick a winner because I feel like this is a 50-50 fight. But Earl is a bigger guy, and I feel like Earl boxing in the beginning of rounds, and then once you get to like the 8th, 9th, 10th round, Earl go to the body pretty good. So I feel like once he start investing in the body, he'll probably start to slow Terrence Crawford down. Because Earl, he punch hard too. He broke what's his man name? Ugas. He broke his eye, and he did the same thing where he fought the guy in London. What's his name?
Carol Brook.
Carol Brook. He did the same thing to him too. He broke his orbital bone as well too. So he punched hard and he invested in the body good. So, but I feel like the fight 100% is going the distance. Nobody's gonna get knocked out. But I like Terrence Crawford too because everybody count Terrence Crawford out, and they said that he's too small. He came up from 35, but he was undisputed at 140. But now he got the belt at 47. And Crawford been calling out all these bad boys at 47 as well too. So and he's versatile. He can fight southpaw. He can fight orthodox. He can change it up, and there's an automatic rematch clause for both of the fighters as well too. So I feel like it's gonna be a very, very, very close fight. It might be close like Loma and Devin Haney, but I feel like it's gonna be more action in that fight. 'Cause I feel like that fight is gonna take place in the center of the ring.
Hell yeah, yes,
I don't
yes.
feel
In
like
the
no fighter
phone
is going to
booth.
back up. Like Errol Spence said on Errol Spence said it on the they was on First Take on ESPN. He said once I come in the ring, he said Terrence Crawford
They
gonna come in
going at
stepping,
it.
and he said, you know, I'm gonna come stepping. So I said that's what you like. That you like. That's like the old school fight. They're gonna be in the center of the ring going at it. So I feel like that's gonna be a very, very, very competitive. That's a 50-50 fight right there. I'm not gonna pick a winner, but that's a tough fight to judge right there, man. I feel like they're gonna be in the center of the ring going at it for sure.
I love it. I love it,
Mhm.
man. That's the fight. I got it 51-49, just in case y'all want to know my perspective. I got 51 for Terrence Crawford and 49 for Earl Spence. That's how
That's a
I
good
got
pick.
it.
That's not bad. That's
But
not
it's
bad. That's what I'm saying. You can go either way in this fight. You can go either way. I like Terrence Crawford because he's versatile. He changed it up. And I like
mhm.
Errol Spence because, man, he's just a strong fighter coming forward, going to the body. And this is body of work that he did. Like, they got common opponents. Terrence Crawford, he stopped Sean Porter, but Errol Spence, he only knocked him down. Both of them stopped Kell Brook, but Spence fought Kell Brook when he was more in his prime. And Spence went over to London to fight him when Kell Brook came over here. But he was like way past his prime when he fought Terrence Crawford. So they got common opponents. I look at all that when you're looking at
Yeah,
boxing.
it
And
does.
that
But
actually means a lot as well, too, comparing
one
the
thing
body
that
of work.
stand out to me, man, and you know this too, Sharp.
Mhm.
Styles make
Styles make fights.
fights.
Styles
You
make
know,
fights.
what you
Mhm.
did to the other person, you might not be able to do to this person. So
That's
that's
very true.
why it makes this fight so
Yeah.
intriguing, man,
Yeah.
because Styles make fight. I'm trying
Yes.
to get Kiki to pick. She like a politician. She keeps saying she don't know. I need an answer before the fight because we're gonna do a breakdown of the fight before it happens, man.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I need
so
to know that. I need to see that.
yeah,
I need to see that.
I'm trying to get Kiki. She on the fence. She don't know what she wants. She on the fence with it.
I know. I think Crawford's gonna win.
Okay.
Okay, all
That's a
right.
good pick.
I
That's
told
not a
you
bad pick.
I don't think I like Earl Spence. I do. But
Mhm.
I just feel like for some reason since his accident, I don't feel like he's the same anymore.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't feel
Okay.
like he's the same Earl Spence.
she been
Okay.
looking at my notes, too
So,
sharp. She
so
been
I'm
looking at
going,
my notes. She
I'm
been
going
looking
with
at
What
my
I
notes.
what I
what
like
boy.
about Terrence Errol Spence, he said I don't need no tune up. So after his first accident, he came back and he fought Danny
Danny Garcia, yep.
Danny Garcia. Then he had a long layoff, and then he fought because he had that eye injury. He was supposed to fight Pacquiao, but he had
Mhm.
the eye injury. But then he came back and he fought Ugas. Then he's got in another accident, and now he's about to fight
That's what I'm about to say. He
Crawford.
had another
Mhm.
accident.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm just nervous for him.
Yeah, it was a lot of crazy things that
Yeah.
went on with him outside of the ring. I guess that's why me and Elvis Prince is kind of similar. I just had an accident myself, so I guess me and him is a little bit similar. Maybe that's why I might side with Errol Spence. He said
Yeah,
no tune up. He
man.
get right back to it.
Yeah, and I was, yeah, man. You know, me and Kiki, we had already locked you in and everything.
Mhm.
And then Kiki, man, she real emotional. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
That's women.
yeah, she said, 2Sharp was in an accident. She was like, oh my god, and I was like, for real.
Mhm.
And then we started talking, and that's when we sent the message because all we wanted to know was that you was okay.
Right, I
Yeah.
And then
appreciate it.
if you needed to reschedule,
Mhm.
that's what it was, man. So
But I
yeah,
was like, nah, I'll be fine. So the most annoying part was just sitting in the hospital for like 12 hours. That was the most
Yeah.
annoying part. But yeah, it happened on Sunday. I was going to my boy Juice house. We call him Juice, Zaki Martin. I was on my way to his house for Memorial Day cookout. And so I'm like 5 minutes from his house. And I'm sitting at the red light. And I wasn't looking at my rearview mirror at that time. So I'm just sitting at the red
mm-hmm.
light, just boom. I was like, ah. So it was just sudden. It was shock. Like my face hit the steering wheel. So my face was a little swollen, a little bit of blood coming
Yeah,
from
that's what
underneath
made
my
me
eye.
nervous when you said that in
Yeah,
your story that
Man.
you took to the steering wheel. So I was like, oh no,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because
It
at
was
first just the back, I
it
wasn't sure.
Yeah, so it was my back. So my back and my neck still hurts right now. So it was a little shocking. I was like, so the whiplash a little bit, then my face hitting the steering wheel. So it was shocking. He had a big truck. He had a Ford F-250. So
Oh my
I feel
goodness.
like that's why it was a little bit more painful than like some of my
Wow.
other
Mhm.
accidents and stuff. So it really, really did mess me up. So I was just on bed rest. Like I didn't do anything. I had to take some time off from the gym. And I don't like taking like pills or medicine or anything. Like I stay away from
Yeah,
all of that. But
yeah.
at this point, I had to because it felt like my back was on fire. So they gave me like some muscle relaxers and everything. So I took some of that, and it helped me cool off and cool down. So
Yeah.
I feel a lot better right now. But at that time, man, I was in bad shape. I was in bad
Yeah,
shape. You know?
yeah. And
It was just
hopefully by July 15th, you be good to go. That's
I'll
Yeah.
be back. Yeah, I'll be back by July 15th. I thank you guys for checking in and the prayers and
Yeah,
everything.
man.
And yeah, so one of my favorite messages that I got was my boy. He reached out to me. He said, "We only got one 2Sharp." He said, "You got a nice car. You got a Benz. You can get another car." He said, "You can fix it." He said, "You can always get another car." He said, "You can't get another life. You can't get
that's
another
right.
2Sharp." So
That's
that
right.
right there really touched me, and I was like, "Damn, I really appreciate that."
That hit
Yeah.
home.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that hit home. I was like, people really care about me and they're reaching out to me. So
Mhm.
that's my boy Freak. So I definitely appreciate him for that, for reaching out to me and for telling me that. That meant a lot to me right there.
Mhm. That's
Yeah, that's
good.
big,
That's
man.
good.
That's
Yeah,
big.
You got a lot of fans out there because every
yeah,
time you got a lot of fans, friends, and family that come out to see you. Every time we go to the fights, it's
mhm,
always a lot of people
yeah,
there
yeah,
supporting you with your
yeah,
merch on, with the shirts and
yeah.
everything. So how does that make you feel when you walking out to the ring and you see all that support there?
Man, it made me feel so good because everybody always hit me up about the fights and everything. That's why I gotta bring my boy Sheldon Garcia and my boy Pop. And I let
Yeah.
him take care of everything for me because I'm like, yo, it's a lot of people. I don't have time to train and focus on training and then try and deal with tickets and everything. So I
Mhm.
let my boy Sheldon Garcia deal with all of that. But coming out to it, like when they start playing my music and I come out through the smoke and I see everybody out there cheering me on and happy, that make me feel good because I'm like I say they got all my shirts on, they cheering me, they calling my name and everything. I'm like, the support is real and I got a lot of support, so I really 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 do appreciate that. It makes me feel good. It makes me perform even better in the ring. So all the hard work that I did in the gym, I tell everybody, it's just sparring. I said we just got on a good outfit because I always look good walking out to the ring. I said we got a good. I said we got a good outfit on. We got smaller gloves, no
Okay.
headgear. You know what I'm saying? So my motto is look good, feel good, fight good. So I always
That's
gotta make
right.
sure that my outfit's gonna look good. So I got something good planned for my July fight. I already know what colors I'm gonna wear. I just got to get it made. I'm gonna hit my guy up so he can make my outfit for me.
Okay.
And this is a special outfit that I got right now. So, but it makes me feel good seeing everybody in my merchandise and everything. So
Yeah, because the t-shirts always match the color of what you're
Yep.
wearing.
always match the color of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I
Yep.
change it up every fight. So
Okay.
it's just me. I don't like I call it recycling outfits. I don't like to do that. So and wearing the same thing that I already wore, I always got to change it up. So yeah, so I already know what colors I'm gonna do for this one and how I'm gonna change it. And I always change up the back of my shorts, like whoever name that I got when the fights. That
Okay.
I always got in my trunk, so I already know what I'm gonna put on it this time.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, so we gonna look good, step into the ring this time.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
got a big crowd. You almost like the y'all are like the Scarborough Nation.
Yes.
Frankie crew. It's
Yeah,
y'all
Frankie.
the same. It's a lot of people. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
those
my
my
boy
guys,
Frankie.
Frankie and Irvin Fuller.
Yeah, yeah, that's my boy. All of them. Irvin Fuller, my boy Trey, Frankie. We all train together at Hillcrest Boxing Gym. So we all train
Right.
together, and we have our own mini competitions on in the gym. So that makes training camp more fun for us. Like whether we
Okay.
running faster than each other, whether we sparring each other, trying to get the best of each other, or hitting the bag, or whatever it is that we
Mhm.
doing. We all
Mhm.
it's a friendly competition between us, but it's making us be better. So.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that's my boy Frankie. That's my boy Trey. We
Yeah.
all got fights coming up too. So Trey fight
Mhm.
June 24th.
24. He'll be on
Mhm.
Yeah.
next week. He'll be
Okay,
on.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So my boy, he fight next. He fights 24th, and then me and Frankie, we're on the same fight card and on the 15th of July. So
Yeah. And
yeah, we
Frank
all
will
got
be
our own
Jackson.
competition coming up. So it's nice and it's fun for us.
Because that's what I was going to ask you. What's it like having them as your stable mate? So you pretty much answered that.
Yeah. So like I said, it's good fun competition. We always talking and between amongst each other, whether we sparring each other or whether other people come to the gym or we go to other people's gym and spar.
Mhm.
It was some good working today that they got in. They went up to up there boxing gym up there in Baltimore.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and they got some good work in. I was sad that I wasn't able to make it because my accident. I had to make sure that
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
uh, I was good for that. So I had to let my back recover. So I wasn't able to spar today, but nah, it was good to see them get up there and get that work in. and it's a different view. You know, so
Yeah,
that's what you like.
yeah,
People be spar each other in the
yeah,
gym, but need to get different views. You know what I'm saying? Different
yeah,
styles and everything. So,
yeah.
but yeah, but for sure, like we're gonna be ready. You're gonna see Trey on the 24th, and you're gonna see me and Frankie on the 15th. We all come
Mm-hmm.
out together.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't wait, man. Hey, okay, hey, look, hey, 2Sharp, I be getting so excited, man. When I finally meet you guys and get to
Yeah,
learn and know about you guys, man. When y'all be coming up, I ain't gonna lie. When you came out May 6th and you came out with your song and you
yeah,
came out, you was looking like, I was like, yeah, I like him. I was like, I like him
yeah,
because
yeah,
you
yeah,
had
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
T look
yeah.
like you came out of the smoke. Your song was on. You
Yeah.
came out that joint. You was like this.
Yeah.
I was like, I like this
Hey, that's
dude,
when I get
man.
in my mood. That's when you cut my music on, then I'm getting ready to walk out and everything. We already set, and I tell everybody all that hard work is already done in the gym. The fight is won in the gym. Now it's just time for us to come out here and just put that work in. You know what I'm
You
saying?
came out the
Um,
Shy Glizzy, right?
no, I came out to Lil Baby.
Little
Little
baby,
baby, little baby.
Came
yeah.
out to Lil
That's
Baby.
right. Little baby.
Yep, I
That's
came
okay.
out
I
to Lil
thought it was Shy
Baby.
Glizzy.
I
Okay,
was
yeah,
gonna come
yeah,
out to Shy Glizzy, but there
yeah.
was I did say some of the song too much cuss words or something like that.
Oh, okay,
So I
okay,
said, all right, I'm gonna change it. So I came out to Lil Baby. So
okay.
Lil Baby, that's one of my favorite rappers right now. I like him. So it was cool coming out to one of his songs and everything. But yeah, so when my music come on, that's when I get in that mood. I come out and then yeah, we get to step and we in that ring.
Okay. Now, yep. Eddie B said, "Where can we purchase tickets for the Merlin live fight?" So I guess let them know so they can hit you up and get tickets or online, whatever.
Yeah, Eddie, you can hit me up on my Instagram. You can DM me. My Instagram is the number 2Sharp SHARP_JJY. DM me, and then I have all the ticket prices with me. Or you can hit up my boy Don Paul. But I'll put you in contact with him. But you can DM me for the tickets. We will make sure that you have a ticket for July 15th, so you can be in the house. You can see us put it work.
And
That's
Eddie,
right.
I'll put up his information for you again too, so you'll have it.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool,
that's
cool.
right, Eddie B. Come out here and check this guy. Don't jump on the wagon when this young guy start winning championship.
Nah, for
Don't
sure.
jump on the wagon, then jump on
Yeah,
that joint
come see
before
me
it's
now.
out station. Because I'm gonna tell you, Tusha, I always got a saying in here: don't jump on the bandwagon when it's already moving, because that
That's
means
true.
that you will get with, and we
That's
don't
it.
do get wits on this
Nah,
show.
we won't do that. We won't do
Yeah,
that.
we
Yeah, get
here
on that
from the
right now.
beginning.
Get on that
That's
right
right.
now. Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's right. So if
Mm-hmm.
y'all just getting in here, man, y'all better hit that like button, man. 2Sharp Hutcherson is in the building. We
Yes,
trying to
sir.
get you guys tickets for the fight July the 15th. Man, in
Mm-hmm.
Maryland Live, this young guy said he gonna put on a performance.
Yep.
I got a couple more questions before we get you out of here, man. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just curious of since you put on the boxing glove,
Mm-hmm.
how would you describe your journey thus far?
Hmm.
How would you grade it?
I give it a B right now. I give it a B. I don't want to give it an A because we got the two blemishes, which is the loss and the draw. So I'll probably give it a B. But I'm moving pretty quick. I get about 4 fights in a year. When some people don't fight at all, or they fight one fight or maybe 2 fights. A lot of people had like a lot of unfortunates happen, like fighters falling out,
Mm-hmm.
or a fight getting canceled at the last minute, or whatever the case may be. But thank God that haven't happened to me. Like every fight that I had scheduled, it went through. Even if I had to change opponent, it still went through. So, but so I'll probably give it a B. I'm moving fast. I'm moving pretty quick. Just over 2 years of me being pro. That's what I said. We at a good spot right now. We're knocking at that door. So I tell them if you leave that back door open, we're gonna kick it in. So we're gonna take it to the top. So I feel like I'm in a good spot right now, and I'm excited for what the future holds.
Yeah, you can't make that up, man. He said he in a good spot. 2 years being pro, man.
Yep.
This is a beautiful thing, and I'm glad that we were able to catch you
Yeah.
on your way up to the top. Because, like
Yes,
I
sir.
said, we ain't no get-wits. We do
Yeah.
stuff. we do everything from the beginning, man.
Yep.
I saw something that touched me, man. You, Frankie, and Tentrez, you guys were speaking to the kids, man,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
big. You guys
Yeah.
went to school, and I watched all three of you guys. You guys seem like really in tune, because some people get up there too sharp, and they don't, you can't read what they thinking. You guys really felt like you was trying to send a message to them kids. So tell the people out there, man, what that experience was like.
Yeah, man. I was trying to reach out to the youth and talk to them and keep their head on straight because I was once in their shoes as well too, looking up to other people. I remember when I was young and I started. Well, I was older, but I started boxing. And then I came to Hillcrest Boxing. That was before Swifter Hurd. He made it big the way he did in the Unified Champ. He was still on his way up, so I saw all the hard work that he did to put into it. And so now I'm not gonna say I'm in his position because I'm not in that good of a position right now, but now I have the opportunity to give back to the youth and talk to the youth. That's what I want to do. So I was telling them, like student athlete, you guys have big dreams, goals, and aspirations. Remember that you're a student first. You gotta make sure your grades is right before anything else. So and then that's when you get your grades right, your books right, and then you go out on the field or basketball court, whatever it is that you want to do, and you succeed in that. But it's just crazy out here, man, because you get a lot of school shootings, mass shootings, and everything in schools, and parents might not even feel safe sending the kids off to school. So if I get a chance to reach back to the youth and talk to them, encourage them, let them know that I came from where they came from, um, and I've been successful today, you can do the same thing too. So just keep your head on straight, stay level headed, stay humble, and then just go forth and work and put your best forward with whatever it is that you do. I saw a clip on Instagram from Deion Sanders. He's coaching at out in Colorado.
Colorado State, yeah.
Yep. He said, I brought you here to dominate. He said, not to just be an average Joe, not just to win here, but he said, I brought you here to dominate. So I was telling the kids that whatever it is that you do, put your best foot forward and you dominate simply. And that's my that's my goal. That's my motto. I'm here to dominate and I'm here to take over. We're just not doing it just to do. Because I tell everybody, boxing is hard enough as it is. If I ain't have no goals, no aspirations in this, I wouldn't be doing it just to do it because this is a lot of my body and I'm already making a lot of sacrifices. But I'm here to dominate. So that's what we're going with. And that's what I wanted to preach to the youth. Whatever it is that you guys do, just dominate and stay level headed and just keep moving forward just like that.
That's right. That's right. I love that. I love that. I
Yes,
love
sir.
it.
Yes, yes, yes. I see Derek Curry, his comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, special shout out to my guy, big
Yeah.
fella, man, Derek Curry, man. That's my guy, man.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
So Kiki, have you emptied your gun? Kiki, she be having like a million questions, man. Before we end every show, I always like to make sure this young lady Kiki, because I'm gonna tell you, man, she travels. She went to Tank Fight and
Nice.
Staples Center. She
Nice.
goes all over for the fight. So she ain't
Yeah.
just up here looking pretty. She up here, she knows her stuff, man. You ain't gonna get nothing by her, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Kiki, did you empty your gun? You got any more questions before we get this young man up out of here so he can go get that rest?
Well, tonight we had a lot more questions in the chat than usual. So I just let the people in the chat talk more.
Look at you. You just so nice. You just so nice and courteous.
I can just, hold on. I don't want to give, but I don't know. Okay, can I ask you like two more questions?
Do your thing, dude. Hey, I'm here. Go ahead. Do your thing.
I just want to make sure because I don't want to, take none of your time up. I know you got the rest.
It's okay. Go ahead.
But I wanted to know, you're currently being trained. One of your trainers is Brandon Corals, right?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, so what is it like being trained by someone who is currently fighting?
Yeah, so Brandon, that's my guy. I call him my son. Brandon, that's my guy. So it's good because he's in the ring and he knows what it takes to get ready for the fight and in the ring as well too.
Okay.
So if I'm going running, he might come on a run with me sometimes. If I'm hitting the bag, he might hit the bag with me sometimes. And I'm a visual learner too. So I tell everybody, if you like trying to teach you something and I might not get it the first time, normally I do pick it up. But if I don't, all right, then show me. And then you show me, okay, cool, I got it. So I'm a visual learner, so that helps as well too. So, but just the way that he gives off the information, I'm able to pick up on it. So that helps out a lot too. But then my other trainers as well is great too. Martin Gibson, Michael Diaz, and then Ernesto Rodriguez too. He's great. He trained a unified champ, and he's very knowledgeable of the sport. And I've been with him since about 2015. So that's about 8 years right there.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. So he know me. He know my body. He know what I'm good at. What I work best with in the ring. So that's always great too. And I always hear Nesto when I'm fighting. I always look for him to see him. All right, cool. If you go back and look at some of the videos, you can hear him yelling outside of the ring, and then you hear me execute whatever it is that he just said. So I can always pick his voice out. I could pick Brandon voice out, Michael Diaz and Martin Gibson. I could pick their voice out as well too. So how loud it is, I'm able to pick their voice out and execute the game plan what they calling out.
Crazy,
So
man.
yeah, it's crazy how we're able to lock in like that. So my corner is pretty solid. It's pretty good, but it's good for Brandon as well too. That's my little son.
Okay. So I know you said earlier, before the fight, you listen to TD Jakes. I don't know if that's all the time. That's one of my favorites, by the way. I love
Yeah,
TD
for sure.
Jakes.
That's my guy. Yeah.
So I wanted to know, what does 2Sharp listen to get motivated before a fight? What's your playlist looking like?
Oh man, anybody that knows me knows I'm a Jay-Z stan. So Jay-Z is 100% on my playlist. So Jay-Z, I like J. Cole. J. Cole, that's my guy.
I love
Okay.
J. Cole. Yeah.
Lil Baby, I like Lil Baby.
Okay.
And then I gotta throw some gospel music in there. So I listen to gospel music as well too to get my mind soothed and get my mind right. And then I listen to a couple sermons. So whether it's TD Jakes, or Superintendent Brian Nelson, I listen to them to get me right as well too. But other than that, yeah, that's my go-to right there because I listen to a lot of music. But when it's about fight time, I gotta lock in. So I need that Jay-Z because that Jay-Z gonna get me right. I need that. I need that J. Cole. I need that Lil Baby. Then I throw some gospel music in there, and then TD Jakes and Brian Nelson. I listen to a couple sermons that get me right. Then at that point, I'm ready to go. I'm like, let's fight now. Be good.
That's right. I
That's
love
right.
it, man. I love it. Young fella, man, I can't tell you how thankful me and Kiki, because we was talking today and we was like, yeah, we can't wait to get this young guy on because young up and coming talent, y'all. If y'all just getting in here, y'all better look at this face right here because it's going to be on your face for the next couple of years. I have no doubt in my mind one day this young guy going to be a world champion. And as I told y'all before, we don't do get wits.
Nah.
Get on the thing now. Come and support these young fighters, man. Once again, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Truly, truly grateful you came and blessed us with your presence today. Every time I get somebody on the show, I always give them flowers because tomorrow ain't promised to you. I'm proud of your journey, man. College graduate, you was boxing and you was in school doing your thing. That's a true testament to a young man who wants to be successful in life, whether it's boxing or whether it is whatever you went to school for. All of this stuff means that you are a young man that's willing to do what it takes to get to the next level. We are so humbled to have you on the show. You know what it is. We're going to support you. We didn't watch you fight 4 times. We're just now getting to know you. Continued success. If you got anything you want to post, and I always tell people, if you beefing with somebody and you want to get it off your chest and you want to, me and Kiki will host it. And you for your next fight, and he want to beef and you want to get it outside, man, hit us up. We'll host it, man. Truly a blessing, man. Like I said, once again, thank you.
I appreciate you guys.
And thank you. So we definitely gonna be in contact with you, young fella.
Nah, for sure. Thank you. I definitely appreciate you, Kiki and Liteskin Lou, for reaching out to me and getting me on the show, allowing me this platform to get on and talk. And like I tell everybody, I thank you guys for allowing me to get, like you said, getting with me young. So when I get to that level and I get to the higher point, I know that you guys is here. So I will never forget you guys as well too. So I definitely thank you guys. I appreciate you guys, and we're gonna keep stepping and we're gonna keep moving up. So everybody follow me on IG and Twitter. I see it right there at the number 2Sharp_J. And that's how you get in contact with me. My page is open, so you can get in contact with me, reach out to me, and we're gonna keep stepping. July 15th, we back in the ring. Make sure you guys come out and support. Hit me for tickets if you need it. And then we ready to step, and we're stepping on that show. So it's time. We back.
Yeah. And we'll be there.
That's right. Any last words, champ, you want to get to the people out there before you step?
Nah, Camp 2Sharp, I tell everybody, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You always support me. Follow my IG, follow my Twitter, the number 2 at 2Sharp_J. Just reach out to me, hit me up. Like you said, I'm a very approachable guy. No meme or nothing like that. I'm a nice guy. You can reach out to me. And then we'll just get to talking, support, buy the tickets, buy the merchandise, the shirts and everything. And then I'm looking to see all you guys out on July 15th. And it's going to be a great show.
Yeah. And we'll be there.
We'll be there, man. Young fella, go get some rest, man. I know you got to get back in training camp. We'll definitely be in contact with you.
Sounds good. I appreciate you guys, and take out that Dallas Cowboys sweater. Left hand up. Let's go, Commanders.
Oh, he just dropped the mic on me, man.
What a way to close out.
What a way to close out.
I love it.
All right, champ. We be in contact, man.
All right, see you guys. All right.
See you
All
later.
right.
Yeah.
Oh man. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, y'all put y'all hands together for my guy, man, Jaqeem 2Sharp Hutcherson, man. He's a young up-and-coming fighter, man, young champion, future champion. He came through and blessed us with his presence. We are truly grateful, man. He got me, Kiki. He dropped the mic on me, man. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't.
You too, Jamal.
What Jamal say? You know what? Man, Jamal crazy, man. I'm gonna disregard that. Matter of fact, we're gonna erase that joint right off the board, man, for real.
Oh gosh. Jamal is crazy.
But no, we thank everybody for coming in, man. Let's go down the list and thank everybody. We had a huge crowd in here tonight. People came, they could have been anywhere, but they decided they want to come and kick it with us. So, man,
anywhere in the world, but they was here with us tonight. Ain't that Jay-Z?
That's Jay-Z. Bro, stop stealing my words too. Oh, he got me with that one, man. I need time to recover. Go ahead down the list if you want to, Keith. Go ahead down the list.
We had DJ Styles. Shout out to DJ Styles for coming through. Juan Marshall, Tomasito, Jamar Hill, Los. Tiffany Pate, Eddie B. Let's see who else. We had boxing enthusiast, Dasu Abdul, Mel. Who else? Let's see. I think I'm missing somebody else. Oh, our guy was in here tonight. Big C, Future Magazine DC. Hey, Big C.
Man, I forgot about Big C. My God, man, Big C. I see you. That's right. We represent Cowboys to the fullest. You know what it is.
We had Derek Curry in here.
My God. Derek.
And I said Eddie B already,
yeah,
right?
Said Eddie B, okay.
Yeah. So thank everybody for tuning in. Even if you didn't make a comment, but you were in here, we really appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight and any other night that you come and, support our channel. Hit the like button for this interview. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on all our social media handles. Facebook and Instagram, Live with Liteskin Lou. We use Twitter and a little bit. That's Live with LSL. And then TikTok, Live with Liteskin Lou or Live with Liteskin Lou show. So we appreciate everybody. Juan said something good tonight. He made a good point. He said he wished we had a line that you could call in on. So maybe that's something we'll talk about one day.
Yeah, that'll be a good thing. Thanks for mentioning that, Juan.
Yeah, we can research that later on and check that out.
That's right. What's your thoughts on the interview, Key? Any last words? What you got?
I think that was a great interview. He has a good head on his shoulder. Very smart. He's a full-time worker and a boxer. He doing it. He doing the damn thing and a college graduate.
Yeah. And
like he said, if the boxing don't work out, he has something to fall back on.
Yeah, and that's one thing I did like.
And, messed up, head messed up, can't talk or whatever he was saying, I liked everything he said. He got good head on his shoulders.
That's right.
He headed in the right direction, and it's nothing but up for him. And like Derek said, future world champion.
That's right. That's right. We was at his last fight, May 6th. We ain't just talking it. We support these young fighters. And that's one thing that I do love when when we support these young fighters, because they up and coming and they need support. And we right there for them. So
a lot of people talk about it. You got to be about it.
That's right.
You can't just talk about it. You got to support them as well. And then a lot of people have the shows, and they only want to get the big time people. What about the people that are just starting out and stuff like that? Be on a journey with them. They need support as well. Nobody is too small to have on your platform.
That's right, because one day you might live to regret that.
Yep. Nobody is too small.
That's right. So with
Especially
that,
when you're in the area, they have all this local talent in this area, all these local fights you can go to. It don't cost a thing. It do cost, but I'm just saying it's not a lot of money.
I
You
ain't
go
gonna
to
hit your
big
head.
fights. I mean, you could pay what you can get a general admission ticket for $60. You don't have to get that ticket, but I'm just saying $60. Like you can't pay $60. Support
Yeah.
these youngins. A lot of them, some people don't have jobs. All they do is box. So if they just starting out, they're not making that much money. So support them and buy a ticket. Even if you can't go to the fight. I mean, you could sponsor somebody. Just buy a ticket and give it to somebody else.
Yeah,
It
that's
ain't gonna
right.
hurt nothing.
Well, guess what? They're gonna be right on the outside looking in, and we already know we look. We support from the beginning, so we're not gonna have that problem. But
Yeah.
like I said before, we want to thank everybody for stopping through and chopping it up with the lovely Kiki and Liteskin Lou. Y'all know the words. I said every week. Stay humble, stay hungry, and always live your life to the fullest. We want to thank everybody for stopping in because we had a huge crowd tonight. We
Yeah.
thank you guys, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Yep.
We up out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned in the Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading our knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with
What's going What happened?